Hello everyone, today I'll be sharing a video of clear lens extraction with intraocular lens implantation in high myopic eye. This patient was having -28 diopter of myopia and he was not fit for laser vision correction procedure and he was not even fit for phakic IOL because his antechamber depth was unusually low. Therefore, we have planned for clear lens extraction with intraocular lens implantation. For capsular axis, do not take pupil size as a landmark. His white to white was big. So do not try to overshoot the size of axis. Always try to make the axis of around 5 or 5.5 mm. Myopic eye behaves differently with pressure gradient change, and because of the shift of iris and lens diaphragm, patient sometimes feels a lot of pain. Irrigate the antechamber with the intracameral anesthetic agent to reduce the discomfort. One of my viewers, Dr. Varun, has asked me that why do you extend your clear corneal incision? Answer is I always make an opening of 2.2 mm, but I enlarge the inner lip of incision a little bit, and this reduces the chances of surge to almost negligible level. Good hydro procedures are always very helpful. Always try to do good hydro delineation and dissection. In this patient, nucleus was not formed, so I decided to remove the nucleus with irrigation and aspiration cannula. Reverse pupillary block is a difficult situation in high myopic eyes, especially during phaco fragmentation and irrigation and aspiration. And this can be reduced by filling the antechamber angles tightly with viscoelastics. Why it happens? It happens when the posterior chamber pressure is higher than the antechamber pressure. If it happens, then by simply lifting the iris at one point, and especially in the temporal area, can break the phenomena of reverse pupillary block. In high myopic eye, always remove the pinnucular plate and the cortical matter very carefully. This is the time where maximum care should be taken not to hold the posterior capsule with irrigation aspiration tip. High myopic eye has degenerated and liquefied vitreous, and the posterior capsule is also thin and more mobile. After irrigation and aspiration, flush the BSS parallel to the posterior capsule. It removes the visible cells and fibers. Now fill the chamber with the high viscosity viscoelastics. Now you can see beautifully centered, adequate size capsular axis. For IOL power calculation, we have used IOL Master 700 and we have used Barrett universal formula. Power of IOL came around -3.5 diopters, so we have selected multi-piece hydrophobic IOL for implantation. Loading and implantation of multi-piece IOL is always tricky, and one should always master to implant these IOL. I call them rescue IOL, and I always keep the inventory of such IOLs in my OR. It cannot be implanted through 2.2 mm, so extend the clear corneal incision to 3.2 mm. Insert the cartridge in, then start injecting the IOL. First the leading haptic goes in the bag, and then with the help of dialer, dial the IOL, and the trailing haptic goes in the bag. So learn careful maneuvers, do good meticulous IOL power calculation, avoid the reverse pupillary block, and if it happens, control it and learn to implant the multi-piece IOL. Definitely it will give great success to your surgery and smile to your patient's face. Thanks for watching.